In focus now, Congressman Byron Donalds, Republican nominee for the great state of Florida for governor there. First of all, congratulations on your big win last night. I want to jump right in. You have a rally coming up tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit about that and how you're coalescing and bringing the whole Republican Party together in the state of Florida as you run. So we'll talk about that in a moment. But first of all, tell me how you won last night and what you think about your opponent, David Jolly. We just heard a little bit about him.
Well, first, we had great support from President Trump, Republicans all through our states. Second, our team, we did a great job of just being consistent, being focused, taking our message to the people of Florida. We knocked over 500,000 doors through the primary process, whilst having events really all through Florida, some of them rallies, some of them just question and answer periods where I got an opportunity to hear directly from the people of our state. And it all came together quite nicely for us with a major victory last night. So we're very excited. But when you talk about David Jolly, and I think that clip you just played, one creates a problem, not just for him, but for the Democrat Party. He says that he disavows socialism. So is he going to vote for Angie Nixon? Because Angie Nixon is a Democrat socialist of America. This is why I say that David Jolly is a Trojan horse for the DSA, because he's going to campaign like a moderate. But the truth is, Harris, he will govern like a radical, just like Angie Nixon, just like how Abigail Spanberger's doing in Virginia, the same radicalism in some of these heavy blue states that has forced people to leave their states and choose the free state of Florida. The reason why we are the exception, the reason why we're the best state in America is because we reject socialism, we reject Democrat politics, and we focus on common sense, conservative principles. That's why Florida's #1, and we're going to prove that point through this campaign and win this November.
Look, it's no secret it's the one of the home states of President Trump anyway, and you mentioned him. His poll numbers may not be very good right now, but his endorsements carry a ton of weight. And there is a war going on and there's pressure on our gas prices, but people still know he's a kingmaker. And here's his record so far, 100% when it comes to U.S. Senate candidates. He's backed 98% of those House candidates, 75% of governor races, that an average success rate of 97%. I mean, that is remarkable. People do want what he's about, and that seems to be something that you can capture, jump into. So talk to me about how you're going to do that and why you want to get all the Republicans together in the state of Florida.
Well, because the reason why all Republicans are going to come together is very simple, Harris. We are a conservative-leaning state. We have been for quite some time. The fact that 8 years ago, the Democrats had a 300,000 voter advantage in this state, and today, under the leadership of Ron DeSantis, Florida has moved to a state with 1.5 million more Republicans than Democrats. That's not just COVID-19. That's people choosing freedom, choosing liberty, choosing a state that just makes sense. The people in our state are sick of New York. They're sick of Chicago. They don't want the crazy of California, and that's why the Angie Nixon, David Jolly ticket, that's going to be a disaster for Democrats, because our voters do not want socialism and they don't want Democrat crazy. And that's before you even start talking about Cubans in the state of Florida, Venezuelans in the state of Florida. They fled communist regimes. They fled tyranny of socialism. They do not want that here in our state. And so we believe that we're going to be very successful this November. But at its core, it's about affordability. And we're going to stay focused on the kitchen table issues of the people of Florida. And Harris, I'll tell the people of Florida this. The Democrats wrecked this economy. They're the ones that created inflation. So how are you going to hire the arsonist as your firefighter? That makes no sense at all. That's why we're going to win this November.
Yeah, I know that Senator Ashley Moody is also part of this victory rally that you have coming up. And when I said bring Republicans together, I didn't mean just the voters. You're doing it with those people who are atop the ticket for different categories and leadership. I want to get to this. At the same time, we are seeing a huge battle within the Democrat Party over its ideology. And Congressman Donalds, you touched on this. Let's go deeper. We're hearing this refrain over and over, including from some who may be eyeing a 2028 White House bid. Let's watch.
I think the Democratic Party has to be a big tent party where people can have different ideas on how we solve a problem as long as we agree that that problem exists.
I think if we want to be in the majority, we're going to have to be a big tent party.
It's a big tent. I've always said I'd rather not be in charge of a party that is lockstep this way.
We do have a big tent.
It's tremendously exciting for all of us, for the big tent of the Democratic Party.
We are a big tent party. This is a big tent Democratic Party going into the fall.
I mean, my joke about this is that REI and other tent purveyors are probably thrilled at this lingo. Your thoughts?
Well, you could tell that they went and they focus grouped the phrase that they want to use. But I think it's important for the voters of America to take a step back and remember that about six years ago, there was somebody else who said that they were a big tent party, and that was Joe Biden. And Joe Biden, when he got into the White House, he had radicals run this country into the ground. Everything from borders to our economy and our foreign policy were all in flames because of the small tent of the Democrat Party that truly focuses around radicalism and socialism. And that's why that stuff has been defeated here in Florida. It will be defeated again this November. But we have to make sure that the Democrats do not have power, because all they're going to be talking about is impeachment, open borders, and socialist policy. And that is not a recipe for success for the people of our country, and definitely not for the people of Florida.
And they want to abolish ICE, get rid of the U.S. Supreme Court, cancel the presidency, and so much more. I don't know who will be running the country, because all the things they're running for, they want to get rid of. Your last quick thought.
Listen, once again, the American people are going to choose the common sense conservative policies of Republicans over the crazy democratic socialism from Democrats, because it doesn't matter what Democrats on your ballot. At the end of the day, when they're in the chamber or they're in the mansion, they're going to govern like radicals. And we've seen it time and time again in our country. We cannot let up. There's a reason why Florida is better than these blue states. There's a reason why people choose Florida every single day, is because we get out of your way, we let you live your lives, and we use common sense.
Appreciate you, Byron Donalds, coming in as you run for governor in the great state of Florida. Thank you. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.